Boy, it's a nice day today, but winter's coming, so I figured I'd try out these Peerless chains on my Massey GC1723. And I gotta tell you, man, they're a lot harder to put on than I thought they'd be. So I've already deviated from the instructions some to get this one on, and I figured I'd do a video and document this process. I'll pretend like it's for the benefit of the audience, but it's really so I remember what I did come next winter. So first things first, you can see I have it jacked up. So from what I could tell, they say, and I tried this, they say lay the chains out nice and flat, and they want to make sure these hooks are up, and of course the spikes are out. And then back, drape them over the tire and then back up a little bit. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but it gets all bunched up down at the bottom, so you just can't really pull it tight if you do it that way. So I jacked it up and I've got it neutral and I've got the tire spinning. So this one seems pretty snug. For the short attention span folks here, the other thing is these tensioners, man, I'd put some safety glasses on or face shield or something, because man, that's crazy. But the springs, I'm hooking them so that the point, they're up and over, so the point's out, because I don't know if they'll dig into the tire any at all. And then what I did is I hooked at the top, and I'll show you this on the other side. I hooked top first and then pulled down to the bottom and then spun the tire, hooked and pulled down. That was easier than trying to pull up to hook the tensioners, and they seem to be pretty snug, I think. So I'm gonna do a full video here on the other side and show you what's going on over there. Okay, so here we are on the other side of the tractor. I've got the chain up around it, and it's the same thing. Hooks out, spikes out, and you laid it out nice and neat. Make sure the tractor's off, because you can hit this PTO and gauge lever up underneath, right here, up underneath the tractor when you're fiddling around. So get that thing off. So let me show you. I mean, I didn't think the instructions were that intuitive. Maybe I'm just stupid. Which I probably am, but let me try to unhook it here and show you how this works. So they said, same number of links. So what I found is you gotta, so I counted them off, 1, 2, 3 links, and pull it tight, right? So 3 thin links. Now you gotta pretend like that link is not even there and slide it out so the tip of your chain's there. Okay, so that's the link you're gonna hook to. And then you come through it, and then they want you to come back. So you come back and see how this goes. And that's difficult to get through there properly. But like snug that through there, and then they want you to tuck it up underneath the side it came from. So let me see if I can do that. Like that. So that's how they want you to do it, to get it snug. So then these links, they say just wire shut. So I did 1, 2, 3, and I snugged through the 4th one. So now let's look at the inside and see if I'm on the 4th one there. All right, so here we are on the inside, and I'm 1, 2. I'm not, so I got to snug the inside up, same number of links. So let's wrestle this thing around. You're not going to get a good view of this. I mean, it's the inside of the tractor. It's really hard to record, but I'm just going to... This is just a simple hook, right? This is not a, loop around or whatever you would call it. You simply just get it on the, well, in my case, the fourth link. So I will slide the first 3 links up out of the way and just hook on the 4th. So that's how I did it. So they say to wire tie these, and I'll either wire tie them or I'll just get a grinder and grind those off once I'm confident in how tight it is. So now let's look at putting these spring tensioners on. Then here we are with these spring tensioners, and so make a cross here. So I'll start at the top, and I'm going to loop in like that. Then make sure you don't accidentally do that one or whatever, right? You want to get the center one. You want to bring that down to the bottom. So I think the first one I just looped by hand. Yeah, so that just went by hand. There's no issue, and that's straight across. So then the next one, do you hear that? You can hear it sort of tightening up You can hear it tighten it up or, you know, moving around the rubber. So the next one goes up here, and I think I did that one by hand. Yeah. Make sure she's snug. And pull it up as tight as I can get her. Yes, I just can't get her around there. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I'm certain of it. Someone's going to tell me. There we go. So now I got them on. So now those tensioners are on. And it seems pretty tight. I'm going to ride her around the yard here for a little bit. And let me wire tie these up real quick. So I don't want anything on the outside, not a big deal, but I don't want anything getting caught up on the inside. So let's do that. Okay, so this is for now temporary. Let me get in here. And let's just wire tie these. What's the easiest way? Let's wire tie them here. When I say wire tie, I'm just going to do zip tie for now. I think they say wire in the instructions because it's obviously a better solution, but we're just trying it out. So I don't know if you got that, but I just got a zip tie right there, and that's holding that chain out of the way. Then I'm just going to rotate my tire and make sure that wheel's not hitting anything. Let me get the camera up in there. We're up inside here now, you can see, and I'm spinning. It's pretty close, but I think we're okay. I'm just going to take it nice and easy as I'm driving and make sure everything's okay. So let me zip tie that other side, then we'll ride it around a little bit. Well, and I tested it out there, as you can see, and you can see right in these soft spots between the driveway and the grass, they dug in and tore up a little bit. There you can see when I backed up and turned real tight, it tore up a little bit in the driveway. Just, you can see it really dug in. So that is, look at that. Now it did just rain. It did just rain, so the driveway is pretty soft, but that's what you want. I mean, I don't know if I had a paved driveway, I don't think I'd want that. But let's go up here to where I first started. All right, so back there, that was a lot of turning, but here's where I did the back and forth. You can see a little dig in there where I turned around, but this is where I just went straight back and forth, and it didn't really dig in a whole heck of a lot. And here's where I went over the concrete, and it did not mark up the concrete from what I can see. So that's the chains on the tractor. You can see I gotta take them off because I got a lot of leaf raking to do this fall. So I guess ideally what you're supposed to do is you should have chains on the front, because in four-wheel drive the front wheels spin faster than the rear, so there's like a pulling effect. So you want the diameters be the same to maintain that. But my thought here is that I won't need four-wheel drive that often. I'll be able to do most snow clearing in two-wheel drive because of the chains. Maybe diff lock on occasion, and then just engage four-wheel just if I maybe need to get unstuck at some point just a little bit. Because what happens with the bucket, when you're pushing with the bucket, your front end tends to lose a little little grip anyway, so the four-wheel drive loses its effectiveness. So anyway, that's the plan. That's the Peerless chains. And as always, thanks for watching. You got any questions? Shoot me a comment. Thanks.